Hello, Berryessa boys and girls. It's great to see you again. So last time we were still reading Rosie Revere, Engineer, written by Andrea Beatty and illustrated by David Roberts. If we remember, Rosie had had a tough time with her uncle's snake hat and was really disappointed by it. Then she was talking with her Aunt Rosie, who had a dream of wanting to fly. The last we left Rosie, she was laying in bed thinking of ideas of different inventions she could create to help her Rosie fly. So let's take a look and see what happened the next day. Rosie worked and she worked till the day was half gone, then hauled her cheese copter out onto the lawn to give her invention a test just to see the ridiculous flop it might turn out to be. Strapped into the cockpit, she flipped on the switch. The Hello Cheese copter sputtered and twitched. It floated a moment and whirled round and round, then froze for a heartbeat and crashed to the ground. Then Rosie heard laughter and turned round to see the old woman laughing and slapping her knee. She laughed till she wheezed and her eyes filled with tears, all to the horror of Rosie Revere, who thought, "Oh no, never, not ever again will I try to build something to sputter or spin or build with a lever, a switch, or a gear, and never will I be a great engineer." So what was this mishap making Rosie feel like again? Maybe back when she did the snake hat, right? She turned round to leave, but then Great-Great-Aunt Rose grabbed hold of young Rosie and pulled her in close and hugged her and kissed her and started to cry. "You did it! Hooray! It's the perfect first try. This great flop is over. It's time for the next." Young Rosie was baffled, embarrassed, perplexed. "I failed," said dear Rosie. "It's just made of trash. Didn't you see it? The cheese copter crashed." "Yes," said her great aunt, "it crashed, that's true. But first, it did just what it needed to do. Before it crashed, Rosie, before all that, it flew." "Your brilliant first flop was a raging success. Come on, let's get busy and on to the next." She handed a notebook to Rosie Revere, who smiled at her aunt as it all became clear. Life might have its failures, but this was not it. The only true failure can come if you quit. They worked till the sun sneaked away to its bed. Aunt Rosie tied her headscarf around Rosie's head and sent her to sleep with smile ear to ear, to dream the bold dreams of a great engineer. At Blue River Creek, all the kids in grade 2 build gizmos and gadgets and doohickeys too. With each perfect failure, they all stand and cheer, but none quite as proudly as Rosie Revere. What a great example of reminding us to never give up and to keep trying. And sometimes you have to try things more than once before they actually work. And that's all part of the process and part of feeling good when it is successful. So I would love to hear your thoughts about Rosie Revere. Do you think you can become an engineer? Do you have inventions that failed but then worked? We'd love to hear all of your stories. Be sure to share them with us on our Twitter or Facebook pages at hashtag Pathway to the Future or hashtag BUSD Learns at Home. See you soon.